Hello po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. O after na i-announce ni US President Donald Trump yung kanyang peace plan sa Middle East, sa Iran, para matapos na po to end the war. Ito yung latest ngayon mga kababayan. Iran rejects US ceasefire plan, issues its own demands. Sabi ko sa'yo, matigas ang ulo po ng Iran. But anyway, ang tingin ko, nag-announce si Trump para bigyan ng pagkakataon ang mga remnants ng Ayatollah regime na makapag-isip ng matino. Di ba? Pero kung patuloy sila na magmamatigas, so magiging justified na masyado ang magiging mga future actions ng Amerika at saka ng Israel. Tama po? So, makikita ninyo ang galing ni Trump kung paano niya i-frame ang mga future actions niya na hindi siya magmukhang kontrabida. Kasi siyempre labanan din ito ng propaganda. Dito nga sa ating bansa, pati si Ping Lacson, nalason yung isipan. Di ba? Siguro dahil sa mga nababasa niyang mga propaganda, ang sinisisi sa gira at gusto pang panagutin. Dapat niya panagutin ng mismong mga Amerikano and all the nations of the world hold accountable itong si Donald Trump because of the effects nito, the impact to the economy, to the whole world. Nakalimutan na ang pinakang rason nito, the root of the problem, yung Iran mismo, nabaliktad bigla eh. So ngayon, with this action na nag-offer ng peace plan to end the war, itong si Trump, tapos ni-reject ng Iran, o di panalo sa propaganda war. Si Donald Trump. Magaling sa ganyan si Donald Trump, mga kababayan. Di ba niya nag-offer na ako sa iyo ng peace plan? So ayaw mo pa rin tumigil, di dudurugin na kayo. Dudurugin na namin kayo. Populbusin namin kayo. Tulad ng original plan namin. To obliterate Iran. Di ba? The Iranian regime. Terrorist regime. Yun naman talaga yung pinakang ultimate objective, mga kababayan, ng Israel sa kanang Amerika. So finally, tuldukan ang kasamaan na ginagawa ng Iran sa buong mundo. But anyway, bigay ko muna sa inyo mga kababayan itong kwento. Ito yung pinaka-latest na balita, 1:31 a.m. March 26, 2026. Iran rejects US ceasefire plan, issues its own demands. Ayan o. Smoke crisis from Kuwait International Airport after a drone strike, a fuel storage in Kuwait City. Kuwait Wednesday, March 25, 2026. Yun ang pinaka-latest na attacks na ginawa ng Iran. So sabi dyan sa balita from United Arab Emirates, Iran Wednesday dismissed an American plan to pause the war in the Middle East and launch more attacks on Israel and Gulf Arab countries, including an assault that sparked a huge fire at Kuwait International Airport. Iran's defiance came as Israel launched airstrikes on Tehran and as the United States deployed paratroopers and more Marines to the region. So makikita ninyo yung strategy ni Trump habang nag-offer siya ng peace plan sa Iran, tuloy ang kanyang deployment. And in fact, yung ultimatum niya, di ba, mga kababayan, 48 hours. Tapos bigla niyang sinuspend. Yan nga, kasi daw may mga negosasyon. Pero yung Iran, patuloy na nagdi-deny. Wala man anya kaming pag-uusap niya. May mga pilots daw. Ewan ko kung totoo yung mga sinasabi ni Trump o talagang strategy na yon. Di ba? So, nagbanta muna siya. 48 hours niya. Pag hindi kayo tumigil, pag inulit pa na niya ninyo yung ginagawa ninyo na pag-atake doon sa planta ng power plants. At pag hindi niya kayo tumigil sa pag-ipit sa Strait of Hormuz. Ganon yung sabi ni Trump. Tapos bigla niyang inabort yung plan. Tapos ito nga, suspended siya for 5 days. And comes now the peace plan. In-announce niya. Ito, nireject mga kababayan ng Iran. Pero habang siya nagsabi ng suspension of operation for 5 days at tuloy-tuloy ang deployment ng mga paratroopers. Ganon. Yun ang sabi niya, no? And as the United States deployed paratroopers and more Marines to the region, Iranian state television English language broadcaster quoted an anonymous official as saying, Iran rejected America's ceasefire proposal and has its own demands for an end to the fighting. Iran will end the war when it decides to do so and when its own conditions are met. The hardliner-controlled Press TV quoted the officials as saying. So yun, mga kababayan. Sabi diyan, earlier, 2 officials from Pakistan which transmitted the U.S. plan to Iran described the 15-point proposal broadly saying it addressed sanctions, relief, a rollback of Iran's nuclear program, limits on missiles and reopening the Strait of Hormuz, through which a fifth of the world's oil is shipped. An Egyptian official involved in the mediation effort said the proposal also includes restrictions on Iran's support for armed groups. The official spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss details not yet released. Some of those points were non-starters in regional negotiations before the war. Iran has insisted it won't discuss its ballistic missile program or its support of regional militias, which it views as key to its security and its ability to control passage through the Strait of Hormuz represents one of its biggest strategic advantage. Kung ayaw nila, di wag tuloy ang laban, mga kababayan. Kaya lang, ito na nga po, siyempre, may balancing din dito because of the effects nitong gira sa world market, lalo na po sa presyo ng mga petroleum products. At sabi ng mga analyst, yun ang rason ng pressures kay Donald Trump. Yung economic impact nito. Pero sabi dito sa balita, abang may mga reports ng possible negotiations, more U.S. troops are on the way to the Middle East. At least 1,000 troops from the 82nd Airborne Division will be sent to the Middle East in the coming days. 3 people with the knowledge of the plans told the Associated Press they spoke on conditions of anonymity to discuss sensitive military plans. So ngayon, ito yung summary ng mga developments sa Iran war on day 25. Sabi dito, here's the 10 latest updates you should probably know. Number one, Trump says Vance and Rubio are leading Iran negotiations. Sabi dito, Trump names on day 25 VP J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio are now confirmed as leading U.S. outreach to Iran. Trump described an Iranian offer as very significant price related to the Strait of Hormuz, and he would not specify what it was. Yan lang sa latest ngayon, na-reject daw. Number two, Iran says there are no talks, then admits there is outreach. Iran's foreign ministry called Trump's claim fake news. Fake news ka niya. You see? Hours later, a senior Iranian source told CNN that Washington had initiated outreach but that nothing had reached the level of full-on negotiations. Iran says it will listen to sustainable proposals. It is not asking for a meeting. Matigas ang ulo talaga po ng mga Persians. Yan ang natura nila. Masyado silang ma-pride at believe sa sarili. Kasi nga, parte sila ng ancient people. Di ba? Ang tingin nila sa Amerika, ngayon lang kayo lumitaw. Kami noon pang panahon, millennium na kami. Di ba? Through the ages niya, nandiyan na kami. Kailan lang kayo. Yan ang mindset nila mga kababayan. Di ba? Panahon pa ng mga Persian king. So ganon. So sabi dito, Pakistan publicly offered to host the talks this week. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif posted publicly, Pakistan stands ready and honored to host talks between the US and Iran. An Israeli official told NPR that planning for in-person talks in Islamabad is already underway for later this week. Neither the US nor Iran has officially confirmed. Ang summary pala ito, mga kababayan, sinulat ni yung success coach na kaibigan din ito ni magkakilala sila ni Donald Trump. May libro nga silang author, pareha sila, si Robert Kiyosaki. Mga kababayan, siya yung gumawa ng summary nitong balitang ito. So sabi dito, an Israeli official told NPR that planning for in-person talks in Islamabad is already underway for later this week. Neither the US nor Iran has officially confirmed. Gusto din magpapel ng Pakistan ngayon. Iran struck Tel Aviv. A missile hit a street directly. Iranian missile struck central Tel Aviv noong Tuesday. Buildings damaged, vehicles burning. Israel reported 7 waves of missile attacks since midnight. The IDF confirmed Iran is now avenging 10 missiles per day at Israel. The rate has held steady for days. So, tuloy-tuloy ang paulan, mga kababayan, ng missile attacks ng Iran sa Israel. Iran attacked Bushehr, its own nuclear facilities vicinity. Iran claimed that US and Israel struck the vicinity of Bushehr nuclear power plant, the only operating nuclear reactor in Iran. The International Atomic Energy Authority is monitoring, Nora Jason reported. If confirmed as deliberate strike on nuclear infrastructure, it represents a significant new threshold in this war. Then Kuwait Airport fuel depot on fire after drone attack, yung pinakita ko sa inyo po. Ayan, mga kababayan. Latest attack mga kababayan siya, yung nakita ninyo. Pero wala mang casualties reported, and this is the first confirmed direct hit on a major Gulf civilian airport in the war. Then the Philippines declared a national energy emergency. So, kasama siya dito yung summary ng mga kaganapan. The Philippines, a US ally with no involvement in the war, declared a state of national energy emergency ito. Hindi man a national emergency lang. Specific siya, energy emergency. Lasting 1 year because of the Iran war's impact on its energy supply. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz is disrupting energy supply chains for countries thousands of miles from the battlefield. Australia's fuel crisis is spreading to hundreds of service stations. Hundreds of service stations across Australia have reported fuel shortfalls as the war disrupts global supplies. Ito yung nagiging tawag dito, pressure kay Trump kasi nadadamay yung mga allies because of the economic impact nitong gira. In New South Wales alone, 105 outlets are without diesel. In Victoria, 109 outlets run out of at least one grade of petrol. In Queensland, 47 outlets are without diesel. So mas mabuti pa dito sa atin. Yung oil reserves natin, mga kababayan, mas marami kaysa sa Australia. Yung pinakita ko sa inyo kahapon sa ating video. Mas marami yung stocks natin kaysa sa Malaysia, kaysa sa Indonesia, kaysa sa Singapore. Kaya OA si OA po si Loren Ligarda. In panic na siya. Sa bagay, alam natin kung ano yung rason kung bakit galit na galit siya. Galit siya kay Garin kasi mga kababayan, sinisingil yung kanyang anak ng 24 billion fine sa solar. Puro kanya pamumulitika. Di kayo yung puro pamumulitika eh. Diba? Kung tinupad ninyo, ng anak ninyo, yung commitment sa solar, di sana pinapakinabangan ng ating mga mamamayan. Parte kayo ng problema, pamilya ninyo. Diba, mga kababayan? So nakatulong sana dito sa ating sa energy crisis. Imbis makatulong hindi man tinupad, nagpayaman lang, lumalabas, ginamit lang yung ang tawag dito. Yung binigay na yung franchise, sinayang lang mga kababayan, nagamit lang. Di ba? So, pasalamat tayo at tuloy-tuloy yung negotiations ng ating gobyerno, ng ating Pangulo through the Department of Energy para makabili tayo mula sa ibang mga petroleum producing countries. So, ganon. Hindi po nagpapabaya yung ating gobyerno. Then, ito na nga po, sabi dito, sa Queensland, 47 outlets are without diesel. Australia imports roughly 90% of its liquid fuel, leaving it highly vulnerable to global shocks. Diesel has climbed to 245.6 cents per liter, with isolated reports of $3 per liter in parts of Sydney, or 40% surge since late February. So global yung impact, mga kababayan, nito. Then, 82nd Airborne is deploying 1,000 more US soldiers heading to the Middle East. Ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. They joined 50,000 plus US troops already in the region, plus 2 Marine Expeditionary Units en route. The US military footprint is still expanding. On the same week, President Trump says the war is won. Then more than 82,000 civilian structures damaged or destroyed in Iran. The Iranian Red Crescent Society confirmed 82,000 plus civilian structures hit in U.S.-Israeli strikes. Over 1,500 Iranians killed, over 21,000 wounded. In Lebanon, 1,000 plus dead, 1 million displaced. In Israel, 18 civilians killed. U.S. military service members, 13 service members dead. Few died in an accident. So this is day 25, mga kababayan ng giyera.